Welcome back. It is a Dress to Impress evening recognizing military veterans, service members, and their families.
And there is still time to get your tickets for this year's Military Ball coming up in November. Joining us this morning, we have Brian Basham and Tyler Russellberg, both on the board for Veterans Empowered Together, based in Owensboro. Thank you so much for both being here today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So I want to get started. What is Veterans Empowered Together for folks that might not be familiar with what the organization does?
Yeah, so Veteran Empowered Together, we're a nonprofit organization in Owensboro. We're made up of just veterans only. So we're just veterans helping veterans. And when you get out of the service, and I think I said this, I say it all the time, but when you get out of the service, you kind of lose that sense of that brotherhood or that sense of purpose. So we got together and kind of had an idea and said, hey, let's try to help some veterans find that again. So we're big in the community of getting veterans and you know, put into the community to do good and to help themselves. So.
Now, before you found that outlet to dissipate that stress, what activities did you find therapeutic when you returned?
When me personally, music has always been a big passion of mine. So I found it in music, and one of the main things that for me is I didn't like all the pills they were throwing at me, and I won't, you know, I won't get into that, but
I think folks understand. What
they just try to, you know, try to keep you calm and everything. But I told them I want to do it as natural as possible.
So you wanted something more tangible.
I wanted something natural as possible. So breathing helped. I learned, you know, like what they do in yoga and stuff. And music, you know, has been a big part for me. And just trying to translate that to other people, because it's not for everybody.
It seems like you guys have found a way to do that in a pretty unique way.
Different resources.
Yeah, with the Bluegrass Music and Hall of Fame.
Yep. Yeah, we also have the equine therapy with horses. We also we're working on an outdoor therapy with John Higdon. He's a licensed therapist who's also a veteran. And then we also have, I call it therapy of music because I already had one hate letter saying it's not therapy because I don't have. But we have the music therapy as well because, you know, for a bunch of us, music has been therapy. So.
Yeah. And before we get into the logistics of the Military Ball, can other veterans watching this morning, how can they get involved with you guys? Do they have to be in Owensboro?
No, not at all. Not at all. We have a website. We have Facebook. We're everywhere. So Veterans Empowered Together, that's probably the easiest way to get a hold of us, or Facebook. There's somebody watching it. You know, controlling it all the time. I think we all have control of it. So if they reach out, we're gonna try to help them as much as we can.
Now, with the Military Ball coming up, also you've teamed up with the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame and Museum, and I mean, it's very unique. You had veterans like Tyler, and we'll let Tyler explain that in just a few moments. That they come in, they tell their stories of their service to our country, and then the songwriters take that, translate that into musical form. Tyler, tell me what that was like to sit down with people you don't know, share a very personal story or experiences, and then to hear that, you know, played back to you in the form of music.
So Brian asked me, hey, you want to write a song? I was like, eh. He talked me into it finally, and I got with Randy Lanham, Brian, and Cam Thompson, a local musician there in Owensboro. And we sit down, and they said, I need you to tell your story. I was like, all right. So we talked about me going into the military, going in the military at Fort Campbell, then deploying to Iraq, and how it was when I came home, and how things were, you know, difficult and changed a lot when I came home. And they wrote a song, and well, the first time I ever heard it, it brought tears to my eyes because they talked about like my father and then the experience in Iraq and how you come home and going to therapy and all that stuff. So it was an awesome opportunity.
Yeah, I don't think there's too many songs that talk about post-veteran life, really, do they? It's usually in action or before action.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk a little bit about, you guys, this has probably been a lot of work to plan this. I mean, because you've been doing this, you did this last year as well. Talk to us about the Military Ball. When is it and what can folks expect?
Yeah, so it's November 16th. We're trying the Saturday thing this year. So people don't have to rush home from work and stuff. So November 16th, the doors open at 5. The event starts at 7. It's a great event, and it's open to the community, and that's what we try to push. It's not just for veterans, because we're gonna get bored of each other.
Yeah.
We want to partner with the community and get them involved too. That way they can see how they can help a veteran's life, how they can benefit them, and also be a part of it too, and try to make our community better. So we have Andy Brasher Band is playing this year, which is huge for especially in Owensboro, and I know he travels over here to Evansville. So they're the entertainment. We have Major General Jerry D. Humble as a keynote speaker. He's a WKU alum. He's a 2-star general, so he's seen some stuff. So we're excited about that. And then the Mills Cater, the convention center is amazing. It's just a good event.
And will we hear those songs performed that night for the attenders?
I don't know. You're gonna have to
Okay.
show. No,
We'll-
we'll probably have them playing before the when
Yeah.
the door opens and
Sure.
stuff. Andy Brasher actually did a song with us for Sergeant Doc Van Tile, who's on the board as well.
Yep.
And his song is called "Save a Life." You need to listen to it. It's an amazing song. But Andy Brasher brought it to life, and we have that's the thing, man. That the community has been so good. Like we've had Clint Campbell, Dan Hall, Wayne Morris has done a couple of songs with us. So they're all about like getting involved in doing all that.
Well, I think
So,
when you come up with a unique event, folks do want to. It's not,
Yeah, for sure.
This
And
is
where can-
definitely very new.
And where can folks get their tickets at?
So you can go to veteransempoweredtogether.com, just hit the Military Ball tab, and it'll take you right to the tickets.
And again, just to reiterate, we have that full screen again, Saturday, November 16th at the Owensboro Convention Center. You can get your tickets now. Military veterans are free, is that correct?
Yeah, you still got to get a ticket because you won't get to be able to eat.
Well, we
but they
don't
are
want
free.
that. And then regular folks, $70. So we want to thank you both for your service and for being here this morning. We
Thank you
really
for having us.
appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Yeah.
We'll send things over to Chief Meteorologist Griffin Glasscock. She's here tracking your Thursday forecast. Good morning, Griffin.
All right, good morning.